Kamala Harris's husband, Douglas Emhoff, has been by her side for over a decade. The second gentleman, Emhoff, who usually goes by Doug, began dating Harris in 2013 and married the then California Attorney General a year later. Harris previously told People that two of the things she loves most about Emhoff are his sense of humor and patience, especially on stressful days. "We're talking about the free world," she said in October 2020. "These are serious times, and the challenges are incredibly serious, but we don't take ourselves too seriously in the context of our relationship. You just have to flow and know what's really important." Though he's Harris's biggest fan, Emhoff doesn't aim to influence her policy or political decisions. "I'm her partner, I'm her best friend, and I'm her husband. And that's what I'm here for," he told People. Emhoff has supported Harris throughout her vice presidency and continued to do so during her run in the 2024 presidential election. On November 6, he was in the audience when Harris delivered her concession speech after she lost to former President Donald Trump. Here's everything to know about Kamala Harris's husband, second gentleman Douglas Emhoff. Emhoff was born on October 13, 1964, in Brooklyn, NY, and spent his childhood in Old Bridge and Matawan, NJ, with his parents, Mike and Barbara, as well as brother Andy and sister Jamie. When he was a teenager, his family moved to Southern California. Emhoff graduated from the University of California, Northridge, and received his Juris Doctor degree from the University of Southern California Gould School of Law. He then became an entertainment, sports, and media lawyer, opening his firm in 2000, which was sold to Venable, LLP, in 2006. When he and Harris moved to Washington, D.C. in 2016, Emhoff became a partner at the firm D. Piper, where his clients included the pharmaceutical company Merck, arms dealer Dolarian Capital, and Walmart, according to the New York Times. After Harris announced her primary candidacy, Emhoff took a leave of absence from his firm. The New York Times reported that he announced his resignation from the firm in November 2021, ahead of Harris's inauguration as vice president. In addition to his role as a second gentleman, Emhoff has taught at Georgetown University Law Center since 2021. "Look, it's odd the second gentleman is their teacher, but we kind of dispensed with that. Maybe 5 minutes in the first class," he said. "Now, it's just they want to learn. They want to be great lawyers, and I'm trying to impart to them experiences as a lawyer." One of Harris's close friends, peer consultant Chrisette Hudlin, set Harris and Emhoff up on their first blind date in 2013. While Harris said Hudlin told her to go into the potential romance with an open mind, Harris later admitted that she Googled Emhoff before they started dating. Emhoff and Harris first got to know each other over text, which Emhoff initiated while he was at a Los Angeles Lakers game. The next day, Emhoff left Harris what he told People was a ridiculous voicemail, which she still has saved and plays for him on their anniversary every year. Emhoff said he didn't think he'd ever hear from Harris again after leaving the message, but she told People she found it adorable. In her memoir, The Truths We Hold, An American Journey, Harris recalled that Emhoff was straightforward with her after their first date. "The morning after our first date, Doug mailed me with a list of his available dates for the next couple of months," she wrote. The email read, "I'm too old to play games or hide the ball. I really like you, and I want to see if we can make this work." Emhoff was previously married to film producer Kirsten Emhoff from 1992 to 2010. Emhoff and Kirsten remained friends, and he stayed on as her lawyer and business advisor after their split and until he left his practice ahead of Harris's inauguration as vice president. Kirsten and Harris are close as well, even offering to help with her 2020 presidential election campaign, per Marie Claire. Kirsten told Time that one way Emhoff is different in his marriage to Harris is that he plans trips for the couple. "Of course, he's a better husband to Harris, and that's great," she said. "That's how it should be." For his part, Emhoff says that in his marriage to Harris, he tries to live by the mantra of listen more than you talk. Emhoff was divorced, and Harris was a child of divorce, so they took their time letting their relationship develop organically, Harris wrote in a 2019 LSA. They were cautious about introducing Harris to Emhoff's children with Kirsten, daughter Ella, an artist, designer, and model, and son Cole, who works as a producer and crew in Hollywood. "Doug and I put a lot of thought into when and how I would first meet the kids," she wrote. adding that when she finally did meet the pair, she had butterflies in her stomach. Cole and Ella could not have been more welcoming, Harris recalled. They are brilliant, talented, funny kids who have grown to be remarkable adults. I was already hooked on Doug, but I believe it was Cole and Ella who reeled me in. Harris has a close relationship with Cole, Ella, and Kirsten. One of the keys to my relationship with Cole and Ella is their mom, Harris said ahead of the 2020 election. The thing about blended families, if everyone approaches it in the way that there's plenty of love to share, then it works. Ella and Cole call Harris Momala, a combination of her first name and a Yiddish word for little mother. It's the name the kids gave me, and I wear it proudly, Harris told People in November 2023. Emhoff proposed to Harris in her apartment on March 27, 2014, after about a year of dating, according to the San Francisco Chronicle. Emhoff told Marie Claire that he asked Harris to marry him in the middle of a decidedly unromantic conversation. She was deliberating between chicken or shrimp pad thai. The pair got married in a Santa Barbara, Calif. Courthouse wedding on August 22, 2014. Harris's sister Maya officiated the ceremony, which a cellist accompanied. Harris's niece, Mina, read Maya Angelou's poem, Touched by an Angel, during the ceremony, and Emhoff and Harris each wrote and read their vows. Emhoff stood proudly by Harris's side when she ran in the Democratic presidential primary in 2019, even being photographed with a picture of Harris on his phone case at an Iowa campaign stop. When she withdrew from the primary in December 2019, he remained a pillar of support. She made that decision, and I would have supported whatever she decided. But I'm not her political advisor, Emhoff told Marie Claire. I'm her husband. And so my role was to be there for her, to love her, to have her back, to talk it through, to help her. When she was named Biden's running mate in the 2020 race, their schedules got more hectic than ever before that point. The couple told People that they stayed connected throughout their busy days on the campaign trail, and that some of their quality time together was spent making itineraries. We are a partnership. It's a lot of planning, Emhoff said. Typically, we get up early, we work out, and then we sit down, and it's like, let's have a meeting and figure out how we're going to get through these next couple of days. Harris made history as the first woman, first Indian American, and first Black vice president. But Emhoff also broke barriers as the first second gentleman. I am honored to be the first male spouse of an American president or vice president, he wrote on X, formerly Twitter. But I'll always remember generations of women have served in this role before me, often without much accolade or acknowledgement. It's their legacy of progress I will build on as second gentleman. Emhoff is also the first Jewish second gentleman, and he made history when he lit the White House menorah for Hanukkah in 2021. President Biden said at the event, "This is a White House tradition, but for the first time in history, it is a family tradition." Emhoff also lit the national menorah for the first time the same year. In July 2023, Emhoff made history again, that time as the highest-profile American official to visit Samoa. Aside from the typical duties of supporting the vice president, one thing Emhoff wants to accomplish in his role as second gentleman is fighting toxic masculinity. Now that I'm in the role, and you really see not all men naturally would do this and would push back. And there's this toxicity, this masculine idea of what a man is that's out there that's not correct, he told CNN. It's something I just want to push back on. Emhoff said that his father, a women's shoe designer, helped him develop healthier and more diverse ideas about what masculinity means. Masculinity is loving your family, caring about your family, and being there for your family, he explained. We're kind of mixing up this concept that if somehow a man shows kindness or empathy or consideration for others, that somehow is not masculine, and that is just not okay. That is just not true. Emhoff has also been a vocal opponent of anti-Semitism and visited the Holocaust Museum at Auschwitz on Holocaust Remembrance Day in January 2023. Emhoff has 3 tattoos, all of which are inspired by the people he loves the most. He has daughter Ella and son Cole's initials tattooed on the inside of his wrist, which he told CNN was to serve as a visceral reminder of them after his divorce from Kirsten. Emhoff also has a tattoo of a dragon symbol to mark his and Harris's birth year of 1964, which was the year of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac. While Harris is vice president, 24/7, 365. She and Emhoff prioritize their marriage by starting and ending their days together. We try to approach those moments as husband and wife, not vice president and second gentleman, Emhoff told People in November 2023. It's really our time to be a couple. Time talking about kids, family, and very little about the workings of our days.